What's up everybody, Harrison here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a terrarium. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is add our false bottom, and for this one I'm going to use some rocks. So I'm just going to pour them all in. And then next we'll move on to the barrier between the false bottom and the soil. So for the barrier, I'm just using some weed guard, and I'm just gonna mark it out. I'm gonna do it a little bigger than the jar so we have more of a barrier. Just gonna go all the way around. And now I'm gonna cut it. Now that we have our barrier all cut out, we can put it in. We're just gonna put it in the top, grab a pair of tweezers, and then flatten it out. And that should be good. The soil will keep it down. Okay, now that we have our barrier in, we can add the soil. So I'm just gonna do it handful by handful. And for my soil, I just mixed some garden soil with some potting mix. Okay, that's all for soil. Now we can move on to the hardscape. Okay, that's it for the hardscape. Now we can move on to the plants. For the plants, we have some baby tooth moss, some thread moss, some broom fork moss, some twisted moss, some bird eye pearlwort, some annual bluegrass, some fern moss, some pillow moss, and a common platane, some creeping jenny, brocade moss, and then we have corn speedwell, and then we have a fringed willow herb. And that's all for the plants, and now we're going to start planting. Okay, I think that's it for the plants. Now I'm going to add some small pebbles just for a little bit more detail. Okay, I think that's it for the inside of the jar. Now we can add the lid. Okay, for the lid, we're just going to use the plastic bag. I used to collect all the plants. So we're just gonna place our jar on, and then we're gonna grab our pencil and we're gonna make a mark. So we're just gonna go around and draw out an outline. And now we can cut it. Okay, now that we have our lid cut out and ready to put on, we're gonna add the moisture. So I just have a syringe. Just gonna squirt a little in. Now that we have the moisture in, we can put our lid on. So we're just gonna put that plastic wrap there, and we're gonna grab a rubber band and just put it on there. The good tip is to try and make the center of the lid a little lower so that there's not as much condensation on the glass. So that's it for today. We're gonna check back on it tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see how it's doing. Okay, it is now the next day. We're looking great. The creeping Jenny has started to straighten up, and the grass has grown incredibly fast. It's now at the top. And yeah, everything's doing great. But that's all I have for this one. Hope to see you next time, and